I want to jump to the acting a little bit. Um,
Okay.
and so you've been on, I think, what, two, we'll call it two major, or we'll say mainstream productions in the last, we'll say, what, 6 months, year or so?
I would say it's probably about four major ones. Four.
Four?
Probably maybe even more than that. I would have to look back at my list. I was actually on pretty good sets again lesson. Yeah, the four that come off like the top of my head, of course, WandaVision, of course, Coming to America, um, MacGyver,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which of course is on CBS, and Falcon and Winter Soldier being on
Oh,
that set.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I remember when your like the scenes that you were in came out, like your Instagram story was like everybody had tagged you in like that one scene that you were in. It's like, oh
yeah.
look, he's on CBS. There he is. I think was that the first real big one, I think, for you?
Big one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I remember
yeah,
when that happened when because I don't think it wasn't you didn't really let people know until you kind of like were on TV and then everybody was like, oh my God, there he is.
yeah.
But I want to start with the Marvel ones, just because
Okay,
I love Marvel and I think lots of people love Marvel.
right.
Um, when you're on the sets of WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier, how describe the sort of feeling of being on a Marvel set and sort of like what sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Atmosphere, maybe. What's the sort of general atmosphere versus some of the other sets that you've been on?
Man, it's incredible. Um, First and foremost, Marvel very secure with everything they do. Like very secure. Like, from the moment, well, I'll say this. Even getting the notice for the job, we don't even know what job it is until we get on the set. They'll have like a certain code name for it. Some of the jobs they would just tell you, just plain and simple, exactly what it was, or they'll have a code name that pretty much went with exactly whatever production it was. But Marvel, they had some crazy code names, and you didn't know what set you were going on until you got there. You get there, they lock your phones up, they make you sign NDAs and things of that sort, and then they tell you, yeah, you're on Falcon and Winter Soldier, you're here on the WandaVision, something of that sort. But yeah, just being on those sets is it's a different level of professionalism. Um, and they, of course, they do things at the highest level, like everything at the highest level. They take a lot of takes. Um, they'll make sure they got their scene 100% perfect, even if it seems like you're doing the scene over and over and over again throughout the whole day. And literally, that's what we did throughout a whole day. We would do a scene over and over and over again. And a scene might be like 2 seconds, but we would do that scene over and over and over again until they get exactly the shots that they need, and they'll turn the camera around, and they'll make sure they have all the angles they need. But yeah, it's just a high class, a high level of professionalism. And honestly, I can't wait to work with them again in the future. Like
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that I can actually have an actual role on one of their movies or shows or whatever they're gonna come out with in the near future. But yeah, just a different level of professional.
Fingers crossed something like that works out for you. It'd be great to see you on a Marvel movie or show in a more of a starring role. But